Good morning, Alta Realty Group agents. This is Kevin Lauren. Hope you guys are having a great morning. And today we're going to go through all of the different marketing resources that our ARG agents have. Of course, we're joined by Bill Seitz. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Kevin. How are we doing today?
Fantastic. And let me bring Travis Breton on the line as well. Good morning, Travis.
Hey, how's it going?
Very well. Okay, so today I think it's just really important. We've got a lot of new agents and a lot of agents that, maybe forgot about where a lot of this marketing resource stuff lives. So I think it's a really good opportunity for everybody to just kind of do a good overview here. But before we get into that, Bill, what do you got for us on the mortgage front?
Not a ton to report. We've had a little bit of fluctuation in mortgage rates over the last maybe week and a half. When they kind of got down to their bottom, they're below 2%. As you can see, the yield has kind of come up a little bit to 2.07. I think last week it was actually maybe even a click more at 212. You can even see there at 214, 215.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of trickled back down a tiny bit, but I think 2% is a kind of a key threshold. And there is even verbiage in the financial news that the Fed is considering cutting rates. But typically that'll have a little bit of a lag time to see any kind of improvement in the economy from that. Usually takes 2 to 3 months to see any reflection in employment and different things, different metrics that they use to analyze how easing the money supply and the cost of money, how that affects the overall economy. So I don't think we're going to see too much in the way of rates rising anywhere where they were last year. I don't think the economy can support it. So no. I think we're in pretty good shape, to be honest.
Awesome. Always good to take a look at this. I just every week I look forward to just analyzing this, and I think as agents, all of us need to really have this information available to us so we can convey this to our clients.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be a real estate expert, you need to know a little bit of this stuff. If you're talking about your buyers, hey, you need to be able to say, hey, rates have been coming down since end of last year, and you need to be able to have that sophistication and that knowledge, so you know what you're talking about, and you can
for sure
play the part.
Yeah, and it's not even a bad idea to take this CNBC URL and email it to your clients. Say, hey, just want to make sure that you always have a resource and you can take a look at these rates yourself. Why not? These are all just little bits of things that we can do as agents to build value for our clients, right? So really important stuff. Bill, appreciate that. Anything else from you?
No, that's it, Kev. I'm looking forward to kind of getting reviewed on all the other stuff that you got to share with us as far as the resource center. I think that's good to review that stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. So without further ado, we'll hop right into this. So as most of you know, or as all of you should know, we have our agent resource center. And so again, that's arghome.net. And to get into the agent resource center, you just put your cursor over the contact and you hop on the agent resource center. The other thing is you can also log in. So when you log in, this is where you can do things like update your credit card. You can do things like, order anything you need. So when you log in, notice that you're now in this little dashboard. And sometimes it honestly is confusing. And I think I'm going to have Courtney shorten this just a tiny bit, because a lot of agents, they log in and they don't scroll down and they go, oh, I don't know if I'm logged in. So it is a little confusing, so I will fix that. But this basically is your dashboard. You can, create payment methods. You can basically, update your subscriptions. If you wanted to upgrade to our platinum program, where we're supplying the seller leads, all that kind of stuff you can do here. So that's the very first thing. Then the Agent Resource Center itself has all kinds of really good stuff. Of course, you're able to link to our Agent Marketing Center. You can link to SkySlope. You can order the business cards, signs, all kinds of stuff straight from here. We do have folders. I don't see very many agents ordering the folders because I don't think that they know that they're there. but these are really cool, guys. It's a great way to present, property information or really anything to your clients and look really, really professional and slick. These are really nice. They're high quality. They're glossy. They look great. So I really encourage people to order the folders. Then, of course, you have access to these co-branding flyers and other flyers. And these, all you have to do is, if you have Keynote or if you have PowerPoint, you can download these particular templates. And so you can download them, make the changes to the actual, information in each of these little spots, and it's a great template to use. So that's for agents that are, a little more a little more proactive about, they're maybe more comfortable with computers and with, these kinds of programs. Then we also have a couple of other little deals down here. This is a great little moving tips and checklist that you can download and give to your clients. And of course, that kind of thing with a CMA and all kinds of other stuff are perfect things to put in your folder and present those. So really, really cool stuff. Let me see. I think we have a question here. Okay, so Alejandro is asking, how much the open house signs are. The open house signs are, let's just take a look at this, $23. There is we can certainly do an A-frame option, Alejandro. Just call me. We'll work that out. That's easy. Agent Resource Center, really a plethora of great things that you can, just great resources for you to use. And let me get down here. This is probably the ARG logo downloads. I've got a lot of agents that still ask me, hey, can you send me a logo file? They're all right here. You just go down to the bottom and you can download a PNG file, a JPEG file. We've even got a PDF, and we've got just the Alta Realty Group CA only. So we've got these different variations of the logos. Also, let's see. Let me go back one slide. This is a really cool deal too. You can come into the human resources and you can download our E&O policy. You can check out our ARG directory and preferred vendor list. There's a couple different little things, the OCAR transfer form and Barry's transfer form. We don't have all of the different transfer forms, but you can certainly access those there. This is where you can access the E&O policy. And so that is basically the ARG Agent Resource Center. Travis, did I miss anything in there? I don't think I did.
No, I don't think so. Good overview.
Let's see. So the next thing I wanted to go over is our agent marketing platform. I know I talk a lot about this, but it's a really good resource. So let's just go through it real quick. So with our agent marketing, we've got our websites. We have our single property websites. We have our CRM. It is right in here. Leads and clients is our CRM. We've also got our email drip programs. So this is where we can communicate effectively to all of our people in our sphere of influence, using monthly newsletters and email drip campaigns. So I know I've talked a lot about this, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. And then also we've got this resources part of the Agent Marketing Center. Really good strategies, guys. I mean, this is chock full of really cool stuff. And it's even broken down into listing strategies, all different kinds of really cool stuff. And a lot of these are videos. Look at these are all videos. Then they've got buyer strategies, open house, so on and so forth. Just really, really good stuff especially for agents that either don't do a ton of business or are new to the business. Just really, really good ways to get yourself organized here. And then the other resource that I have to go into, of course, we've got the squeeze pages, fairly cool, but our text, our ability to create our own text writers and have people, that are driving by our listings be able to put in a text, put in a code, send a text, and be able to get our single property website URL and all of the information for our properties. So all this stuff is really, really easy to use once you just start using it once or twice, or you do a couple of trainings with me. And so we just need all of our agents to really embrace these tools, because I know for a fact that using these tools, using the email drip campaigns, all of this stuff in combination with one another will bring more business. It's just a fact. So that is, let's see, and do you have anything to add there, Travis, on the agent marketing platform?
The only thing I have to add is that I know that there's a lot packed into agent marketing as far as the different features of it.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the reasons that we chose agent marketing was, for one, because it offers so many features, but for two is it's not difficult to use, and you don't have to use every single thing that's in there. Use what you need in your business, but everything is pretty straightforward. It's got a lot of automation, and it's just generally easy to use. I've worked with a lot of different systems, and some of them they have a lot of layers. It's really technical, and that's one thing I like about the agent marketing system is it's pretty user friendly all the way through.
It really is. And, a few years ago, we were using Conversion, which was extremely robust. It was honestly a pretty good product, but it was so difficult for the agents to understand and to try to even, navigate. So we ended up ditching out on it, I think probably only 6 or 8 months into it. So we're really, really pleased with the agent marketing system. And one of the things that's so cool about the agent marketing system is their chat feature and their support line. I mean, these guys are there to help. They're awesome. So really, really cool stuff, guys. And all you have to do is click this little guy right here and just start chatting. And if it's regular business hours, they're going to be right there chatting with you. Around lunchtime, I've had them. Basically, if they're not in the office, if they're not live chat, you're just basically going to send them an email, and they're great at getting right back to you. So really good stuff. I use this all the time. So a lot of times agents ask me a question and I say, oh, I don't mind helping you. I'll go ahead and I just go in here and I ask the question from them. So you can streamline your efforts and just ask the question of them many times. Of course, I don't mind helping. So that's basically the agent marketing system in a brief overview. And of course, we've got in our agent resource center in the training video area. This is probably the most important. Also, notice that we have continuing education, and you can click on that and you can get discounts on continuing education through CalPlaces. So that's good. But in the training video area, there's just a plethora of videos that go through every part of this. And so if you're really, struggling with the agent marketing system, this is a great place to start. The intro to agent marketing video, great overview. And then subsequent, I've got tons of other, training videos that go into the different facets of using the Agent Marketing Center. So definitely utilize that as a resource, guys. So moving on, that is, a really, really important resource. But moving on, there's a lot of other resources that we've got access to. One of them is Breakthrough Broker. Oops. So Breakthrough Broker is provided by Tycor, and tons of awesome resources. You can get a free account. All you have to do is just sign up, and they'll give you a free account. And in this, I use this quite frequently. So there's marketing, planning, lead gen, social. Really, the part that I like to use is their marketing, because they have tons and tons of awesome templates. Michelle Denise is our rep there. She's awesome. And you can go through all of this stuff yourself, guys, but there's great flyer templates. They're great brochure templates. They've even got the door hangers and business cards, anything you need really. Social media graphics, help you with some social media stuff. They're just really easy to use, and I'll just go through one to just show you how easy all of these basically are. You just click on one of the flyers and get started, and you can start customizing it. So, and once you have an account, it'll already populate, your information on some of this stuff. And so it makes it super easy. You just go through, put in, the things that you want to change, and away you go. Travis, do you ever use anything through Breakthrough Broker?
I do. I've used the flyers once or twice, and they have some cool little marketing videos that are done already that you can brand.
Yeah.
I think there's like 6 or 8 of them. And then kind of another cool thing they have is some social media graphics.
Yeah.
I think those are overlooked quite a bit because a lot of times we just want to throw in some fluff or, kind of a cool little graphic about home buying or selling or something like that onto your Instagram or Facebook. So they have some of those that are already pre-done. So those are the things that I've used.
And then one thing that's really cool about Breakthrough Broker is they have a bunch of different Spanish kind of infographics in Spanish versions of things. And we have so many, Spanish-speaking agents and clients. I'm really glad that they're embracing that. Us being in California, it is highly important. So really cool that they do that as well. So check out all this stuff, guys. I'm not going to go into each one of these, but it's just a plethora of really cool, helpful, marketing kind of stuff. And it's all free. You can just go in there. They just, Ticor gives it to us. It's awesome. So Breakthrough Broker, very cool. And then one other thing that is often overlooked is, let me just pull this over from my other screen, is your CRMLS, or you're just your MLS. Most of them, this is the Orange County, the CRMLS interface. Most of the other MLSs have similar things that they offer. But look at all these resources, guys. One of the ones that we use constantly is Cloud CMA, right? Cloud CMA, great way to make, very, very cool, high graphically, nice looking CMAs. So we're going to skip that. But these are little CMAs. They're super easy to use. I think you guys all have done this, but it's simple as creating a CMA, putting the info in, and it literally takes less than 5 minutes. Fetch the listings, and you've got an awesome CMA. So I hope a lot of agents are using that. And what I've seen is our agents that are using the seller lead program, the Platinum Seller Lead program, when they, what happens with the seller lead program is it sends out an automatic evaluation of a home price. So what I always tell the agents to do is once that instant evaluation is set out, make sure that you go and do a full CMA, you do a full analysis, and send that to them subsequently and say, hey, I realize that you filled out my form for the instant evaluation, but the instant evaluation is only as good as an instant evaluation can be. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that you have a very, very accurate depiction of your home value, right? So super cool to use Cloud CMA. Look at a lot of these other stuff too, guys. They actually give you access to LionDesk. Very cool. And LionDesk you can actually integrate with our agent marketing system if you wanted something a little more robust. So a lot of really cool ways to help your marketing here. And then it's got the links to CAR and all that other stuff. And it's even got, links to the CRMLS YouTube and Facebook and all that kind of stuff too. So pretty cool. And anything else that I missed here, Travis, that you might use that I'm not pointing out? Lost out. Okay, so moving on. This is one part. Go ahead,
I
Travis.
muted myself. Sorry, I was talking, and
I do that all the time.
I pretty much just use Cloud CMA and actually LionDesk as well. I had that previously. It was basically just for lead distribution for the team.
Yeah.
But if you are doing any kind of team and you want to upgrade from the agent marketing into like lead distribution and all this other stuff that's kind of technical, I would probably recommend LionDesk.
Yeah. LionDesk is pretty cool. And then here's a couple of other little things that come with it. eProperty Watch. This is, most of our drip campaigns, they kind of facilitate that. But here's a great different way to, do constant touches to people that you have done business with. So this is kind of cool. 83% of agents are forgotten by clients when it's time to list their homes. We know that big time, Travis. So that's one of the things that we're always harping on. And this is, a great tool to make sure that that doesn't happen. So more than ever, you need to stay in contact with clients and assure that they remember you, right? So this, has a service that, makes sure that you're staying top of mind. So that's a pretty cool service. Another one is this, if you're getting into, or we have a couple of agents that are into selling new homes. Well, this is a whole, MLS companion for new home constructions. So there's a lot of cool stuff in, our MLS areas. So super cool stuff there.
The new home one, something that gets overlooked a lot too. I think it probably links over or extracts from new home resources would be my guess. But
Yeah.
a lot of times, if you're not finding what you like for your clients, we forget that there's a lot of new homes out there right now, and a lot of new home communities, and they don't necessarily list those in the MLS. So sometimes it's good to kind of just check the new home inventory and see if there's something available there, and it'll be the easiest deal you've ever done. So
exactly right. So so those are all the basic MLS kind of resources. Definitely don't overlook them. They're awesome. Another just a quickie that I want everybody to download is Jing. Jing is, or I actually don't go to jing.com. I know that. Just go search for Jing. And I think it's TechSmith that creates it. So Jing is, no, not jing.com. Jing is a screen share program. I'm sorry, a screen capture program. So what it does is you're able to, and I've got Jing, I use it for the last probably 5 or 6 years. What you're able to do is, it's a free download, techsmith.com/Jing tool. Like I said, just do a Google search for Jing. Don't put in jing.com because it doesn't work. But Jing will allow you to basically take a screenshot of anything on your computer. So I can't tell you how often I use it. So sometimes, when in marketing, I'll, have an image that I don't have access to, and I just need to extract it and use it real quickly. You're able to take a screenshot of anything on your computer. You can take a small, shot, or you can take a shot of the entire screen. But it really helps a lot. Travis, do you ever? I think you use something different than that. Am I right?
Well, I've used Jing in the past, and actually I really like it. I just never ended up installing it on my new computer. I just use the little, I use PC, and they have the little screen grab thing there, the snipping tool.
Right. So either way, I mean, I can't tell you. I use it probably daily.
Yeah.
So I encourage all agents to have that. Like I said, it's a free download. I don't know if you can see it. Can you guys see it? My little star right here. So this, if you can see that little sun, that's my Jing capture. Travis, can you guys see that on my screen?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, cool. So if I wanted to take a screenshot of this, that's what I would do. I'm not going to do it, but super, super useful, guys. And the next thing I wanted to go over is literally, if you get into trouble and you have anything that you have a question about, Google University. Travis and Courtney and I, we Google things every day, all day, to find out answers to things that we need to get done. And so I really want our agents to start utilizing that too. We call it Google University because it's just a plethora of information, anything you need. The other side of that, just a quick anecdote, is we as a society now go to Google and we type in questions. So it's a great idea to put on your website question and answers because Google picks that up. And if you have a lot of relevant questions and answers on your site, like questions that buyers have, questions that sellers have, all that kind of stuff, Google picks it up. And if you do it right, you'll be able to, have Google spider your information and provide those answers. And then people click on that and they're on your website. So really good way to increase traffic. And that's something that it's been more and more important over the last few years, and it's just getting more and more utilized. So I think all websites should have some kind of question and answer, really, and it helps with the SEO of that particular page too. So another little side note. And Bill Seitz, what takeaways did you have from today's marketing?
The takeaways are there's a lot of tools out there to use, and I think that you can get overwhelmed with all this stuff.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a new agent coming over to our brokerage. Maybe you're coming from a brokerage that doesn't really have these kind of tools, or they're basically you were just kind of having your license. There was no support, and now you're coming to all this technology, and you're getting this information. I think that if you're a seasoned agent, you need to pick the few things that work well, that exactly the things that you're going to use to get either take the listing or prepare the home for sale or get into the marketing phase of the home. Pick the 2 or 3, 4 things that are working really well for you and stick with those things. If something's falling short, then you can search for an alternative. But I think it's real easy to feel like this is overwhelming. You have too much stuff. It's just too much information. You're getting bombarded, and it's just like anything, right? You just need to basically find the things that are really efficient and work well, and master them, and carry that out into your business.
No, for sure, Bill, and really, use exactly what you said. Get your streamlined systems in place, and utilize the same thing every time. You want to create a process, right? And you don't want to be, oh well, I'm going to do this time and that time. A small amount of that is okay, to experiment with certain things. But I want everybody to get into a system habit. Okay, so every time you get a listing, you know exactly what to do. You have your checklists. You know which systems you're going to use to create the single property websites. You have everything in place, so you're not guessing. And one thing that I love to do with agents is, in our one-on-one training sessions, is to create a business plan like that. Create an action plan of exactly what you're going to do. So again, calendly.com/Alta Realty Group, and you can schedule a training with me one-on-one. So Travis, any other takeaways from you?
No, not really. The only other thing to really kind of look into that helps me a lot is just browser add-ons, and maybe we can do a little webinar of some useful browser add-ons that kind of customize your browser to your needs. I know one that I use a lot is the DocuSign one, so that I'm not constantly saving a PDF to my computer and grabbing it from there. You could just grab it straight from the screen and stuff like that. So very, very time saving.
In fact, next week what we'll do is we'll go through that kind of stuff, the browser add-ons, as well as browser organization. I'm a huge browser organizer. I use Google Chrome, and I have 3 different Google Chrome logins depending on what I'm doing. So I think that's a really, really great webinar for next week to just help the agents stay organized and streamline their business.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you, Travis. Thank you, Bill. Agents, get out there, have a great week, and make sure that you are productive. And we'll see you guys next week on the webinar.